When I was 7 years old, my brother asked me to speak at his wedding. As a 7 year old, I thought, heck no, there's no way I'm going to speak in front of all of our friends and family. I was bound and determined not to, considering public speaking scared me to death. The night I gave my speech, my chest tightened up and I was shaking. Once I finished, I swore I would never do that again. However, once I started in high school and became more familiar with speeches and debate, my mind started to change, and that's how it led to the fact that we see how important communication and speaking really is. So I believe that communication studies matters and makes a difference in the daily lives of lawyers and attorneys, which is what I want to be. Specifically in the ways of content, delivery, and presentation, which is what we're going to focus on today. Communication studies are important for many reasons, especially when it comes to the job of an attorney or a lawyer. So let's look at the importance of content. The content of a lawyer's speech is always important, considering that they're not only speaking for judges and clients, but other peers and other things as well. And learning it at a younger age will only help further the knowledge of putting good content into a speech. When it comes to communication studies, they focus solely on mainly the content because delivery and presentation come later, but the content is the basis of the speech. AJ Algral of Forbes wrote in February of 2016 that, quote, creating new, frequent, and insightful content is a healthy and necessary practice of business in any industry. So specifically, we can see that this applies to the lawyer and attorney industry because it is important and it holds a lot of weight. So next, we need to look at strong delivery. Now, as I may not give a strong delivery now, we see that it's one of the most important components of a speech. By studying communication, it will only further improve the delivery of speeches, especially since most courses require that you practice your speech. That also strengthens your delivery and helps and overall improves them in the long run. So then we can look to the article that's called The Importance of Delivery by Business Boundless that states, quote, your appearance and delivery are just as important as your speech. When it comes down to it, the way you present something is just as important, considering that people look at you and they pay attention to the way that you deliver it. With ums and ends, they may not be as keen to listen to it as someone who is straightforward, has eye contact, and good hand gestures. So let's finally talk about the value of presentation. Presentation is all communication skills are about. You learn them and not only obtain them, but you want to be able to use them. And the best way to do that is through presentation. The Harvard Business Review wrote an article called How to Give a Killer Presentation in June of 2013 that explains that there is no way you can give a good talk and presentation unless you have something worth talking about. That's specifically where the content and delivery come into your presentation that shows just how important it is that you mash all of these together to make a good presentation. So when it comes to it, communication studies are really important. So I believe that communication studies matter and makes a difference in the daily lives of lawyers and attorneys, specifically in the ways of content and presentation and delivery. So maybe I may not have enjoyed that speech when I was 7 at my brother's wedding, but by studying communication skills, I think in my future of being an attorney, I'll be all right. Thank you.